Hey guys, thank you so much for checking out my reel and taking the time to do this. One thing about me is I love taking a raw character and hearing their story. I truly believe that everyone has their own unique story, passion, and how they got to the place, so it's my duty to tell their story. I hope you can see that through all my clips, and if you want to contact me or have any other story ideas, feel free to catch me at any of these places.
The rain has been relentless today, but one farmer I spoke with says rain is usually a good thing, but he hopes this flooded field will recover with some sunshine. The paint protection is invisible, so Bob can't tell if the dealership installed it. But what he can clearly tell is that the windows aren't tinted. The cornfield is taller than me. His corn is in good shape, and he's expecting about 80 bushels this season. The roads are slick, and the interstate surrounding this area already has semis off the road. First, they have to hop in their vehicle and take a 30-mile road trip to Hutch, Great Bend, or McPherson. But this year, she's not asking for toys or a bracelet, but instead something for someone else. What used to take residents an out-of-town trip to get this and this will now only take a few minutes for residents in Stafford County. This year's theme is Find Your Fun, and I'm having a lot of fun with these goats. Today, Kansas did something that nobody else in the country could do right here on this field.
It's indescribable. You sit out here on this lake with your kids and you fish, and they catch fish, you catch fish, everybody has fun.
Josh Weil has called Clark County Lake his home for 30 years. This is where he hunts, boats, and best of all, fishes.
You know, you're at peace.
But that peace on the water could possibly come to an end for him because of a damaged spillway.
Most of the spillway is to the walls. The concrete is deteriorating. There's some cracking and there's some leaking underneath the spillway.
Kaufman says it's enough damage where engineers will have to lower the 36-foot lake 12 to 25 feet in order to repair damages, forcing them to close boat ramps for about 6 months because of the shallow water.
Going fishing without a boat is like going hunting without a bird dog. There's got to be another way outside of draining this lake to fix that spillway. Yeah, you know, why not go 50 yards behind the spillway, put in a new spillway?
The Kaufman says if they don't fix the spillway soon, the lake will lose more water and potentially more fish. For now, Weil says he's taking his boat out to fish as many times as he can before they start repairs, but once those boat ramps close, he's moving on.
I won't be fishing here.
You saved us. You saved us.
Quite often you hear stories of humans rescuing a furry friend, but this time, 1-year-old Buster returned the favor.
I never knew the dog was going to save my life. I mean, literally saved me and my daughter's life.
Sunday morning, the Potter family was fast asleep until Sarah woke up to the sound of her dog barking and jumping on her. It was Buster's actions that ended up saving her and her family's life from a fire.
The kitchen was already gone. I mean, the flames were around the ceiling, the walls, the floor.
Flames spreading fast enough, Sarah and her daughter wouldn't have made it out of the house if Buster didn't wake them up. Fire crews did put out the fire shortly after they were called to the scene, but what's left for Sarah in this holiday season is little to none.
My daughter doesn't even got a pair of shoes, and we each got about one outfit to wear, and Christmas presents. Everything we bought for the kids for Christmas and everything is gone.
Sarah says Christmas will be a little different, but thanks to this heroic pup, she still has her family.
She come home, was upset because they had shaven a big spot off of her head, which wound up being about the size of a quarter on the back side of her head.
Jeanette and Brian Anderson say they were shocked when they learned that a random drug test at school last week left their child with a shaved mark on their head. Another parent shared this photo. The district did inform parents that it would do random drug tests for middle school and high school students, those that participate in after-school activities. Parents sign a consent form, but several say they didn't realize a portion of their child's head would be shaved. We asked the superintendent why this type of test is used.
They went with the hair follicle test because it goes back 90 days. There's been a lot of concern, well, why don't you use swabs or why don't you use urine? Those tests will not go back as far.
Typically for the test, employees would take hair from 3 different spots around the head. McGower says this time they took it from 1 spot.
We should have did a better job of informing the public and informing the company that we wanted it done in 3 spots.
Now Gower says he's gathering more information and looking at different companies to do the testing in time for the next board meeting. He says one change for future testing, there will be more people present in the room.
Make sure somebody's in there, not only the parent but an employee, not just the testing person from the company. And
I just hope that there's corrections made. I've been drug tested my whole life from the job that I had, and there's so many different ways to do it.
Whether you love it or not, white flurries and chill is what some Kansans woke up to Thursday morning.
Only November and it's snowing. It already snowed in October, and November's kind of a start of winter. I was hoping we weren't going to go straight to winter.
And no matter what time of the year, McPherson County Sheriff Jerry Montang says it's best to always be prepared for the conditions.
Allow yourself more time when going places. Make sure you got plenty of gas. Keep your headlights on. Seatbelt always.
McPherson saw enough snow to make it snowball. Fun for some, but conditions like this are serious business for Sheriff Montang.
We're going to be actually vigilant and have the officers watching out for broken down vehicles. Things like this, especially in the first snow, we get a lot of slide offs.
Now the sheriff says temperatures will drop, which can lead to ice, so be cautious around bridges and be sure to keep a safe distance when you're driving between you and the car in front of you. Here for you in McPherson, Michelle Ross, KSN News 3.